good evening, good folks. Good evening, Bethany family.
Hi,
Good
everybody.
evening to all of our first watchers, all our first time watchers. Welcome to the recap. We love to come on here each and every Monday at 5:30 and just to kick back, and just to conversate with you guys. Um, I'm still on a high from last week's engagement. I'm still on a high from last week's questions and their perspectives, and I kind of want that same thing today because we officially can say we finished The Secret Place.
Officially.
Because Bishop, he just had another piece of that whole sermon series that he needed to get out, which we received yesterday. So we are officially done The Secret Place, but we are going to touch on that today. So before we jump into the recapping of yesterday's service, I want to first give you the warm welcome. I want to roll out the red carpet for everyone right now for tuning in. Please make sure that you are liking, you are commenting, and you are sharing. As I say every week, every part of that is so important because you don't know who may need to hear this. You don't know who's tuning in. We have a lot of secret watchers at times, and
Yeah,
sometimes you guys are afraid to say that you're tuning in. Just shout us out, right, Maya?
absolutely. Don't be scared.
Don't
We're
be
not
scared.
scared. We're not. You are our third co-host, so we want
Yes,
you to be part of the conversation. So we can just get to know you as you're getting to know us, and just really talking about the word that we heard on Sunday. So we
yes,
hope that you, like Cav said, will let us know where you're tuning in from in the comments, and let us know what you thought of yesterday's service. And I see
yes.
Keisha's here. Hey, Keisha.
And if this is your first time tuning in with us, please make sure you let it be known.
Mhm.
I like when I go somewhere, I like to scope out the scene if it's my first time. If I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it, I like saying something, whether it's a restaurant or something. So let me know right now. Let Maya know right now if you're enjoying this broadcast thus far, if this is your first time. And also put that VIP in the comments so we can shout you out because you are very important to us. Not only are you important to us, but you're also important to God. And there's a reason why he has you tuning in right now. So
Absolutely.
please, I encourage you to put that VIP in the comments because we want to show you a whole lot of love right now. We want to just show you how much we love you and appreciate you for tuning in.
Yeah.
And if this is your first time, we are in a month where we celebrate lives being transformed. We call that transforming lives. And our motto is we transform lives one at a time. But especially during this month where we do that heavy evangelizing and coming off of Sunday outside service when salvation was so beautiful
Oh
yesterday.
my goodness.
So many people were just rededicating their life yesterday outside. And it was such a beautiful moment, wasn't it, Mai?
Oh my gosh, it was wonderful. Like, this is what it's all about.
Yes.
And to be able to see that, people literally running to give their life to Christ and to become part of the Bethany family. It's like, okay, this is why I love my church. This is why I love our relationship that we have God, because it's real and it's authentic. Um,
Yes.
so yeah, it was a wonderful experience to see that yesterday.
It was, and we want that experience right now virtually.
Yes,
You may say that I want to experience that. I want to rededicate my life. I want to start that relationship, and you can do that still virtually. You can still get that same energy, that same vibe that we received yesterday outside. So right now, if this is your first time tuning in, make sure that you join us all month long for Transforming Lives Month because we are intentionally, and we learned about being intentional with this sermon. We are being intentional about starting that relationship with you and helping you be that bridge to that relationship to God.
see what
So
you did there. I see what you
you like
did.
that. You like that. But yes, it is Transforming Lives Month, and we have so much in store for you this month to be connected, to stay connected with us. So, Maya, what is one of the many things that we are doing this month to stay connected, not only with our church family, but being
Yeah.
connected with the community as
Guys,
well?
There is so much going on this month. You know, we say we are the church that never sleeps. It's true. There's always something happening. So, yes, we're celebrating Transforming Lives. We are also celebrating our Catch the Fire initiative. This is something we hold periodically throughout the year, where we're giving back and being part of the community. And this is what we're doing in August with our back to school giveaway. We are collecting backpacks and school supplies for school aged children. Like, school in general is just hard. So
Yes.
we want to do everything that we can to just make them feel prepared and ready for this new school year. So we're collecting now up until August 26th. Backpacks, school supplies, hand sanitizer, all the above. You can pick those things up and drop them off in our donation bins in the main lobby, or you can sew online on our website where you can give some your donation to the event. We also have a partnership with the Five and Below in Cherry Hill, where 10% of those proceeds will be given back into the fundraiser, so we can help more people,
Yes.
which is great. And then the actual distribution days is we're giving everything out on Saturday, the
Mm-hmm.
27th, at Lindenwold High School and at
Mm-hmm.
East Side High, formerly known as Woodrow Wilson, on Saturday, the 27th, at from 9 to whenever supplies last.
Mm-hmm.
But also on that following Monday, the 29th, we will be at Forest Hill School in Camden to donate supplies there as well. So there's a lot going on, a lot of great things going on. But we're also having something called the Fourth Friday Experience, which is like a community fair where there'll be food trucks, we'll have games, we'll have prizes and giveaways. And then we're also going to have a gospel artist, Jermaine Dolly, to be here to sing some of our favorite gospel songs. So that's going to be fun. But you can also bring your book bags and school supplies to that event as well,
Mm-hmm.
because we will be doing a community prayer over them all. So it's going to be a great time. So you can drop them off up until then, you know, into our main lobbies, or you can bring them with you at the Fourth Friday experience.
Amen. Amen. And it's such an amazing time. Summer is wrapping up, and we want to send our students, our young folks, back, prayed up,
Yeah.
especially with everything that's going on. We want them to just walk in boldly. So I love that we take that time every year to just collect those items and just pray over them. You don't know how far that prayer goes,
Yeah.
not only to their households, but go into those classrooms, and God is present with them. So please, if you could join us in catching this fire. And also, as we always say, we say it here on the recap, we say it on Engage Live as well. Please do not hesitate if you are in need of
Mhm.
any supplies. If you know someone in your family that's in need, sometimes I feel like we tend to miss our blessings because we're afraid of what people will say or what people
Right. Yeah.
see, and you don't want to miss your blessing from this. So if you are in need, I encourage you to join us on those days, on Saturday, and collect some items. Come get some items. It's free. It's free. It's prayed
Free.
up.
Capital letters. Free.
Free. Everyone loves free things. So join us. And, as we are doing that community outreach, we are also going to join together as the community for the Fourth Friday experience. So like you said, Sister Mai, we are excited about it. I think for me, I'm trying to get right back into the groove of things with, good eating, but that day is definitely going to be a
Oh,
cheat day.
all bets are off.
All bets are off, because if you have any type of sweets out there, from the funnel cake to the fried anything, I will be in that line.
Me too. I'll be right there next to you.
So if you want to see us at the Four Friday experience, you will see us in line getting some getting some food.
Okay.
But it's another opportunity for us to join together. As Pastor P said yesterday on outdoor service, just some safe Christian fun. And
Yeah.
that's what we want. Let's finish summer 2022 off with a bang, a safe bang.
Safe.
And have fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a hard couple of years. So this is one of our first big events that we're having
Yeah.
at Bethany outside of our service. So I'm excited to see all of who's going to come out, who's going to win, at the potato sack races and all that stuff. So
Yeah, they got that because
coming
I
up.
go with those sack races. So I will be on the side encouraging, but
Yeah.
I
Okay.
not being the
Hi,
in
Bishop
the
Hart.
Hello, Bishop. How are you? How are you? So, like we said, so much happening this month, and we want you guys to join us. We want you guys to, catch the fire with us, and we also want you to join us for some fun for that fourth Friday experience. But something that I do want to say is, I want to shout everyone that is joining us for our outdoor services. Each week they get better and better and more impactful, more powerful.
Yeah.
Like we said yesterday, so many people rededicate their life, and it was such a beautiful moment. I can see why they say, the angels in heaven rejoice when that happens every time, because you just feel it. You just, when you're welcoming, when you see people walk up boldly, they may be crying, they may be smiling. It's such a beautiful moment. It takes you back to the moment when you first dedicated your life, or
Yeah.
you were on fire for God, when you just, because sometimes our relationship with God is a roller coaster, right? But
Mhm.
just seeing that just, gives you that energy. So I want to shout everyone that's joining us, whether you're outside, whether you're in the cars. I love when people create their own little seating area with their lawn chairs. I just love being out there and seeing people, because like you said, Sister Mai, we haven't been together in so long, all together in one area. So being out there for outdoor service is such an incredible experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we said, Kev, like, of course, we all have our different experiences in life. And, however, I got saved when I was younger. There are
Mhm.
people who got saved, when they're much older. But I think we all can, like you said, identify and remember those feelings of when we finally did come back home and give our life to Christ. So it was really great to see that. And I really enjoy being able to do that as a church family.
Absolutely. So, like I said, Bishop officially wrapped up the Secret Place
Hmm.
series, the sermon series. Before we dive in, I do want to encourage anyone, if you miss any part of the sermon series, you can always go back to our website, go back to our social media platforms here on Facebook or YouTube, and you can always visit our Harvest bookstore for the complete series. As we've been saying week after week, it has been preparing us for this new season in our life. I love that how he ended this week, kind of towards the end of summer, as we, start, new jobs, probably those are starting new school years, those who are going back to school, maybe starting college. It's such a great series to prepare you for the next chapter. And this week he titled The Pursuit of His Presence,
Yeah.
and then also titled it Bridges, right?
Bridget. Yeah.
So Bishop talked about how we have to be intentional. We have to have that intentional praise. We have to have that intentional worship. He says real worship has to be intentional. Praise, prayer, and worship must become intentional on our parts. We must move with purpose to grow in our relationship with God, because God needs our participation. So, right there, let's just stop right there. And let's just talk about how God needs our participation. And what we learned in this series with the secret place is that is the place where we are vulnerable. That's the place where we go to God and we just say whatever on our mind, whatever on our heart, especially those things that we don't want to say out loud because we feel like God's feelings are going to get hurt, or that he doesn't already know what's on our mind, right? So I love how Bishop said God needs us to be, participants.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like we just get lazy and we sit back and just say, God, you got this. I'm going to just sit back and let it happen. I just wanted to fall in my seat. But when you realize that you have to be a participant, you learn through the progress. So that's why you have to participate, because if you don't experience or participate in that progress, how are you going to know when it's come the next battle, the next problem or storm that you're going to face? How are you not going to know how to get out of that if you didn't experience and participate in this
Yes.
progress now? How about you, Maya? Let me
No,
stop.
I agree. I agree. And I mean, the series has been about relationship
Mm-hmm,
and being able to develop that relationship with God in your life through finding that secret place. And just thinking of it in any type of relationship. No one likes freeloaders. Someone who can just receive and not give, right?
mm-hmm,
So it's that same concept, I think, with
absolutely.
our relationship with God. Yes, God can do all, and
Mhm.
He blesses, but we can give some of that back to Him too.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
I think that's like, and you said, in being a participant, when you invest in something, you care about it a little bit more. So being able to invest in this journey and to learn, and when you're going through the struggle, using it as a learning experience, like you said, for knowing what you can do the next
Mhm.
time you face something, that's all part of being part of the journey.
Yes, absolutely. And Bishop stated that our thoughts, especially those thoughts that spring from our emotions, are the focus and the target of Satan in the believer. Your
Mhm.
emotions were never meant to rule you. God has given us the ability to have appropriate emotion to accompany our faith and beliefs. When you are driven or led by your emotions, it will be difficult to develop a mature secret place relationship. This is
Yeah.
because your emotions were never meant to be the gateway to your identity. Sometimes we allow our emotions to identify us. A strong emotion will never validate a point of view. Knowledge should be our leader and not emotion. So Bishop
Well,
was definitely in all of our backyards. I'm gonna just
well.
all of everyone that's tuning in, everyone that's going to tune in later. Bishop was definitely in our backyard. He was definitely in our business when he said that, because I know we've all had that moment where we've allowed our emotions to, identify us, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, we just allow those things to just say that's our emotions, just to say who we are, right?
No, when we're in our emotions and emotional, that's when I feel like we're the most erratic, for lack of better words.
Yes.
We act without thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm not guilty of that.
What's so funny is that, like, even with our emotions, sometimes we say that we don't like experiencing certain emotions, but then we'll like listen to things that keep us in that emotion. We'll say things, we'll watch things that make us stay in that emotion. So we're kind of our own hypocrite. Like, we're very hypocritical when it comes to it, because how can you say that you don't like being in an emotion, but you allow it to identify you?
Can't have it both ways.
So it's just so crazy to me that we allow that sometimes. And when Bishop said that, it made me like go back and reflect, like, okay, when was the time when I like wore my emotion? And that is something that I learned at a young age when I was coming out of college into the professional world, that I was always taught never to wear my emotions and never to take my emotions into work, because that, and this makes perfect sense, because sometimes your emotions identify it. So if I'm looking to move up in my career, if I'm looking to move up in my profession, how am I going to be able to do that if I continue to allow my emotions to identify me,
Mhm.
right? So if I am having a bad day, if I am having a bad morning, if I'm in a sad moment, or in a wilderness right now, I can't allow those emotions to really dictate my moves, my mood, or what I say, or how I treat others,
Yeah.
because that's literally my identity, right?
Right.
Not saying that you're not going to experience
Right.
anything, because when Mondays come around, you're
From Monday
dragging.
to Monday. But
But in the same token, you
yes.
got to also know how to. I always was taught to have that light switch, put that smile on, and then whatever happens at work, you leave it at work. But when you get in that car, when that time is done, you handle that, because you never want your emotions to really identify you. Go ahead, Maya. I was
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the same thing. I don't. It's not fair to say that we shouldn't be having these feelings
right.
and emotions. Then it's a part of being human.
Hmm.
We're going to have days where we're just sad, or we're mad, or
Hmm.
or whatever. So, not to say you shouldn't be feeling those, but I think
Right.
what matters is how you, like, where you put that energy.
Yeah, how you navigate that
how you
energy.
navigate that, and like knowing who to talk to,
Hmm.
knowing, okay, I need to go to my secret place and having my one-on-one time with God, because it's a lot going on, and God, I need you to help
Yeah,
me, right? So
absolutely.
knowing where to put that energy, I think, is important, instead of just letting it just go.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Absolutely. And that's what and this is what we're learning in the secret place, that, like you say, go to that secret place when you have those moments. And that's why throughout the series, Bishop has been teaching us your secret place. You should have a secret place at work. You should have that secret place at your job. Well, that's the same place at your house. I mean, secret place in your car. You should have that secret place, and it should be
Mhm.
something that goes with you all the time,
Yeah,
right?
and we learned that.
Label like it's a photo booth or something, like this is a photo. No, your
Yeah.
secret place goes with you, right?
Yeah, and we learned that early on in this sermon series, that the people in your corner are part of you finding that secret place too. So even if you have those one or two trusted people who you know has your back, is not going to use it against you, going to them and say, guys, look, I just need you to pray over me because I'm struggling. So I
Mhm.
think that's all part of it too.
Absolutely. And I
But
forgot to mention at the beginning of the broadcast, we want to hear from you guys as well.
yeah,
And I think we have some
oh
comments.
yeah, let's put hers. Want to put hers up?
Yes, of course. So
Being
Sylvia said,
intentional.
go ahead. Go ahead, Mike.
Being intentional is so important. My challenge is asking myself, what are my thoughts about this?
Mm,
Having emotions are a challenge for me. Navigating them is something that I'm working on at this time. And that's a great question. I think we all need to take a step back and
hmm.
say, okay, what are my thoughts on this? What am I really feeling? What is really the issue? Am I mad because this happened, or am I sad because this is how it makes me feel? So
Right.
that we don't often take the times to ask ourselves those tough questions.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's very important to always note when you're dealing with someone else that may need time to process things.
Hmm.
Sometimes when it comes to a problem or a situation, sometimes we have to sit back and assess it for ourselves, where we're in that quiet place, which goes back to being in a secret place where
Hmm.
you assess it. And like Sister Sylvia said, what are my thoughts about this before I choose an action, before I start allowing my emotions to make me think a certain way? Because like we learned in this week's message, that's giving Satan access,
Yeah.
right through our thoughts,
Yeah,
right?
no, because he knows where our insecurities lie, and where our weak parts are in our feelings. So he's going to do everything he can to dig and try to make it worse. But going back to chess, not checkers, like
Oh, you took it back to another
he's
series.
going to play the game, but
Hmm.
we need to know how to play and navigate it better.
Amen. Amen. And I saw earlier, Sister Sharita said, wow, this teaching is powerful and so timely. Yes, like this message and this series is so timely, especially for those as like I said earlier, we're starting this new chapter. I always look at every academic school year as a new chapter for me, because that's when I start
Mhm.
with a whole new group and everything. So I always love having like series or messages that like get my mind prepared for this new academic year, because that's how I like to start the year, like with my mind cleared and a different perspective, because each year you learn something different. Each year you should be growing. So you use your past experiences to grow for the new experiences, right? So
Absolutely.
Bishop says thoughts are the gateway to our hearts and our identities. Emotion, if not careful, is the devil's access and can intoxicate our thinking. God has given us bridges to the secret place. Praise is a bridge, worship is a bridge. The presence of God must be pursued intentionally if he is to become your fortress. So I love how Bishop said that praise is a bridge and worship is a bridge, because sometimes I feel like we we forget that true meaning of praise and worship. And it's not us just going to church and just standing up when the pastor tells us stand up and clap our hands. No, like when you come to church, like for me, I can just speak for myself. When I come to church and I'm there, I'm soaking that all in. I'm taking that time to give. That's God's time. That's
Yeah.
no one other time. That's not the worship leader's time. That's not the past. That's God's time to teach me, to me being one-on-one with him, for me being vulnerable with him, giving him my praise, giving him all the worship and the glory that he deserves. So
Mhm.
that is a bridge. And I feel like sometimes some of us miss that bridge because we don't take that time to worship. You always hear, like, when we're always into worship, people say, like, you didn't come to worship for me, you came to worship for him. So it shouldn't be silent,
Yeah.
because we've seen another day, we've seen another sermon, we've seen another Sunday, so that we should stop taking that for granted sometimes.
No, I agree. And I think it's so true that praise and worship is a bridge, because I can't even count how many times I might have been sitting at church and I'm sad or whatever, but a song comes on and it bridges that gap from me being so
Mhm.
down on myself to
That's
being able to have joy because I was reminded of how good God is in the song. You know what I'm saying? So it really is a powerful thing. Like, you can, even if you're just home by yourself and you need to sing, I don't know, Amazing Grace, like it stirs the pot into being in that secret place with God. I also I see we have a VIP in the comments.
Woo!
Hey Dorothy, we're so happy you're joining us.
Hey, we're so happy that you're joining us. Please
Okay.
make sure that you join us every Monday at 5:30 and stay tuned to what we have going on this week.
Absolutely. And Keisha, we are praying for your friend's family.
Oh, yes, we're definitely praying. Please, send your prayer requests to social@gotobethany.com, because Bishop and Pastor Nick love praying over those prayer requests during our midweek gathering for Word Impact. So please, Keisha, please email us at social@gotobethany.com, and we are continuing to pray for your friend. So, like I said, Bishop finalized this series, which another amazing series under his belt, not just because he is my bishop and I think he's the best bishop in the whole entire world, the best pastor, but he teaches every Sunday 24/7, and it continues to help us grow and help us learn and be better and do better. But like we said, this is Transforming Lives Month. We finished a series, and Maya, I'm gonna pick on you a little bit.
Okay.
Now, you are a social media director, so I
Yes.
know you have a little sneak peek of what this new series is. What's its name? What can we expect? So, for all those that are tuning in right now, can you give us the name of the new series? We won't tell Bishop, I
All
promise.
right. I need the drum rolls. Okay. So the name, I'm so excited for this. The name of the new sermon series is Rhythm.
All right now.
And Bishop actually gave us a little bit of a preview
Yes, he
during
did.
our outdoor service yesterday. So
Mhm.
more reason why you should be coming out with us or watching online those 11 o'clock outdoor services, because Bishop will drop some things that might not be in the 8 o'clock service.
Yeah.
So the new sermon series is Rhythm, and it's all about just being in rhythm with
Yes,
God. And
absolutely.
Bishop is going to go into more detail what that means, but
Yeah,
trust
so we want you to tune in. We just got to give you a little sneak peek.
me,
We
you
can't give you
need to.
everything.
You need to. But from what I've heard already, buckle your seatbelts, because it's things that are outside of what we would think, but
Mhm.
make so much sense when
Yeah,
he.
I can say that I heard from someone yesterday that this first sermon is something to sit back and just get that notebook out and write these notes down.
I
So
know we say that every time, but you really need to for this one.
no, seriously, please. But speaking of things to come, we have a week full of things happening. So, Sister Maya, can you run down what we have going on this week,
Yes,
please?
so we have a rebroadcast of yesterday's message, going over that last little piece of the Secret Place series. So that's going to be rebroadcast tonight at 7 p.m. On Tuesday, we have special guests for our Link Couples Ministry. They just so happen to be my parents. They're talking
Oh,
about,
no more booze.
yeah, they're talking about being a couple for I think 42 years.
Oh, ma'am, you're not supposed
I
to
might
say
be I might be wrong. They've
much.
been together a very long time. So they're talking about marriage and the myths of marriage on Tuesday. for our Link Couples Ministry.
Mm.
Also, Thursday, we will be playing a rebroadcast from one of our business panels that we've done. Saturday on Point, Bishop and Pastor Nick, they talk about everything under the sun: politics, sports, culture, anything that's going on, they talking about it. So tune in on Saturday at 9 a.m. And then we have a emerging worship service on Saturday at 6. Pastor Nick, it's a word specifically for our teens and young adults, but it's open to everyone. You can, anyone can get something from it. So we hope you'll tune in with us for that. And then on Sunday, full week of worship, a full day of worship. 8 a.m. Encounter service, 11 a.m. outdoor service, and then it's an amazing day. So we hope that you'll tune in with us, especially since it is Transform Lives Month.
Yes, and since it's Transformer Lives Month, you guys thought I forgot my challenge last week? No, I am still challenging.
It's a challenge.
Oh my gosh.
It's a challenge.
Make sure that we are tagging at least 3 people on all of the broadcasts, right? All it is just putting the @ sign and just typing someone's name. Let God use you. Whoever you find first, tag them. Let them know. And if you can't do 3 people, at least do 1 or 2. Let someone know, because that's also, doing evangelizing work is also a bridge as well.
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be someone let the Spirit use you. If you're walking, inside the grocery store and you're standing next to someone in line, say hi. You know what? Hi, my name is Maya. And I don't know if you know about this, but I go to church called Bethany. We're celebrating Transforming Lives Month. I don't know if you're a person of faith, but I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can start it off by telling them, all that we have going on, the backpack drive, we have a Friday experience. It just starts with a hello, and you never know how far it goes. We got another VIP, Angela. Woo! Welcome, Angela.
We have Angela, who's watching for the first time. We had Dorothy. Yes. We're so happy to see you guys.
So happy that you guys are tuning in, and we pray that you enjoyed tonight's discussion. If you're watching later, please still put the VIP in the comments, because we like to go back and watch and shout you guys out as well. But as always, it is a pleasure, it is an honor to come up here and just to share this moment with you guys, our third co-host. Thank you for your perspectives, your questions, your comments, and also sharing and liking and putting the VIP in the comments. Until next time, Bethany family, please be blessed and safe. And we love you guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.